boxed wine for the win. Run the intro. Welcome, YouTubers and Internet Explorers. First off, I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody, and also take a look at this cool cardigan I got. It's the Avengers, obviously, all the way around. Nope. No, it's not. This is the first one I actually got to wear it, and why not wear it on camera going into the brand new year? And if anyone didn't know this by any point, I love superheroes. I love it. It's basically my personality trait, and it's not healthy. It's so bad. I enjoy heroes a lot. But to wrap up this entire year, this is something I've noticed, not just with Marvel, but it's something that they're doing a lot that I don't enjoy. And it's flying and the weight of things. And I got this idea from Nerdstalgic, and I'll put his channel down below. He made a video on this of when characters fly around and they have a battle, you always know how it's gonna end. On the ground. But there's something else that I realize that's missing in most superhero movies. And I'm actually going to use Man of Steel, which I know everyone's going to be this way or that way about it, but genuinely everyone has to admit the weight and scale of that movie felt so tangible. And I think that's what's missing in Marvel movies. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not going to say Avengers is my favorite one. It's not. The first Avengers is not my personal favorite one. I would say that's Infinity War, but they fall into this where there's no weight to some characters. When you see someone like, let's say, Iron Man, anytime he lands, you feel him there. When he takes off to fly, like, you know, you feel that there. Anytime you see, let's say, the Hulkbuster, there's no weight. You see Black Panther, there's no weight. And I understand, yes, they're using effects and et cetera, and I'm not going to be sitting here and say, oh, it's because they're not using practical effects and that's why they're not using the right wire work. There could be a multitude of reasons why it looks like this. It could be time, it could be budget. Seeing how they have a huge one, you would think it wouldn't be that one, but who knows, right? It's the fact that I feel like most modern superhero movies fail to show you the weight of characters. And it's really, really off-putting, and I don't like it. And I have two examples that I really want to talk about. One example recently, even though I love No Way Home, I've seen it 5 times already, they don't have weight. You cannot feel those characters sometimes. When you watch really, really important scenes, and I'm not going to spoil anything for if some reason you haven't seen it, Peter, I won't say which one, I just spoiled it, motherfucker. They sometimes just have no weight to them. It feels like there's no gravitas. I'm pretty sure I didn't use the right word. Let me look that word up really quick. Define gravitas.
It means dignity, seriousness, or solemnity of manner.
Yeah, that wasn't the right fucking word. Okay. It basically just has no connection to me. Where when he's swinging around with Mary Jane, I don't really feel like Peter's there. I mean, I can see Zendaya there, easy, but I don't feel him connecting there at all. And you can make fun of the Sam Raimi movies, and I'm not going to say they're the best one. I personally believe they're not. It's nostalgia talking. They have great scenes, but it's a goofy fucking movie. I don't think it's the best one. But you always felt like Spider-Man was there until they got into there was like, let's just use CGI. But there was that weight that he had. When he was fighting, when he was maneuvering, you felt like, hey, this character is there. And the second thing I really want to talk about that I really, really miss in superhero movies is just the flight itself. Flying feels so boring, you know? It feels like there's nothing special about it. And again, I'll go back to Man of Steel. The first time you got to see him fly, yes, it was destructive, and I didn't really like all the whip pans and all that. It was annoying, but you really felt like, wow, I am flying with Superman. And he's really trying to get off the ground, and they show low shots, and it's like, I am trying to get up there where I don't belong. And it's crazy. Switch back with Iron Man, you feel the weight, and they got that right, but there's no fun when he flies anymore. It's just spectacle. And it kind of takes that away, I feel like, where flying used to be like exciting, you know? And I'll just go back to Man of Steel, and I feel like that's just an easy one because so many more have seen that. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen Shazam. If you haven't, you should check it out. It's a really fun movie. I really like when he fights Zod. And when Zod flies, it's very, like, in his chest, almost. Where he's just, like, turning over this whole body, and it feels so visceral and, like, angry. Because that's how you can connect to that. And I'll go back to Marvel. with Captain Marvel, she really doesn't have that feeling either, where flying feels like just this floating feeling, and it's taken away, and I don't like that because I feel like there's so many different ways you could represent the weight of like pushing against gravity, or like how it's something you're doing physically. It's not this mental thing where you're like, I'm flying now I'm doing it. It's like it's this thing you have to focus on and work on to be good at, if that makes sense. The best example I could use would be a show and a movie, I should say. One being Invincible. Doesn't spoil anything. Obviously, you know Invincible is gonna fly. But when he learns how to fly, it looks like you're controlling a muscle. And then also the movie Chronicle, which still needs a second movie. They really show, and I'll kind of consider that like a hero movie, if you want to call it that. They really show that it is like you're practicing and you have to get good at it. And I really miss that, where flying is now this exciting thing you can do, and it really puts you in their shoes. And so many movies just lose that. And I want it back, because flying is so cool. And there's so many ways you could show flying. And it feels boring now. I feel like that was a sour way to look at this. So I'm going to end it on a very, very high note. Something I do appreciate about superhero movies now is that they all take chances, and I think that's awesome. And I know not a lot of people like Eternals. I really actually like that movie a lot. I think it was a very fun movie. I think it had a very slow burn, but really when it got moving, and it really showed their powers in a fun way, I think. And that's a movie, again, had a problem with flying, but then the weight felt real, where I was like, wow, that felt heavy, that felt like hot, or that felt fast, or that felt big, and it had weight to it. Then what happened with Icarus? Just flying. And he didn't at least have like the Superman pose down, I guess, if you want to call it that, where Superman would always kind of come up and you would see some dust kick up and some it felt like he was, I don't know, like pushing everything away to make his flight happen. And they didn't even capture that. He just kind of flew. And it really takes you out of it, where I'm like, well, where's the weight? How fast is he going? How will I know? I can't see that. Give him like a little cone shape, show that he's breaking through. Like, I don't know. I just made it sad again. I guess we'll end this New Year's well and endowed, and I hope you guys have enjoyed all the superhero movies that have come out, and cheers to a bunch more coming out. I hope all of them keep going. I hope DC keeps going in the path that it's going in, especially with the Harley Quinn show. You guys should check that out. I watched it, and I binged it in like 2 days. It's so fucking funny. But I just want all the superhero movies to just do well. All of the shows and everything. I think it'd just be awesome. I love watching them. So, that being said, cheers to a New Year's, and I will see you guys, I guess, next week sometime. As always, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.